Hey everybody, welcome back to Champ and Sons and our college football revamped series where we are the offensive coordinator. We are coming to the end of our season. We are coming to the end of our season. We have the final two games in this episode against a couple of rivals. This first one is going to be at home against Vanderbilt, who's at the bottom. They are 1-9 on the season. We are 8-2, number 9 in the country. So we do have to keep our winning ways up to try to have a top 10 finish. Now, we can't sleep on Vanderbilt. One, rivalry game, and those are just ones you can never sleep on. But two, we have lost two games in the SEC. Granted, it was to Alabama and Georgia. But still, it's just one of those things we have to play careful, and we still have to play smart if we're going to finish strong and try to get a pretty decent bowl game. Division of the kind of far down in our division of the conference of the SEC. So an SEC title game is not really in our book at this point, but a strong finish, top 10, that'll help out with recruiting, bowl games, everything in terms of getting this program built back up. All right, so we are going to jump into it now. We are 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. And as you can see, we are actually losing right now to Vanderbilt. They have been putting it to us. I say that in the first drive, but Shane Swain has something else to say about that one as he cuts that one back out to the outside for a 19-yard gain in total. Paul Green's first pass of the day, and the Vanderbilt scored on their first drive, and this is our first drive as well. But that first pass goes for 19, and a good cutback right there. So hopefully we can get more of these lanes open and spread this field out some and continue to take advantage of the speed that we do have on the outside. So now 1st and 10, we're going to run the option, and we hand it off, and they came blitzing right through. I did not see that linebacker coming, but he squeezes through a hole and is going to get us down for a 2-yard loss. And no, I did not want to watch the replay of that, so I kind of just tapped the button on through. So now 2nd and 12 coming at about the 40. They blitz line. Green's going to be in the shotgun. We run the option again, but this time they blitz from the outside. I anticipated another inside blitz, and they stop us again for a big-time loss. So 3rd and 14, as they read those perfectly, and there really was nothing that we could have done with that. I probably could have handed it off to Hammond and maybe gotten a yard, but on that we were kind of stuck. So now 3rd and 14 from about the 47 now. Green's going to drop back in a shotgun. We get it out to Lee. He's going to fight forward and is finally brought down at about the 29-yard line. And that was a pure effort play by Lee, using the stiff arm, pushing his way forward, refusing to go down, and staying in bounds, tiptoeing down that sideline, all while holding that. And that is a big-time play to keep this drive going, as we now have a 1st and 10 at about the 29-yard line here. And we're going to be in the pistol formation, run a little bit of play action. Green rolls out to the right side and being chased. They were closing too fast, so we just had to throw that one away. So after that incomplete pass, we do have 2nd and 10. And I think we're going to have to start kind of work on spreading them out. That's the main thing for our run game and our passing game, to get some guys out in space. We definitely have more speed than what they do. And we do spread them out. We had Lee open over the middle. I see that now. I did not see that at the time of the play. So Paul Green does get sacked. I tried to get the scramble going and just couldn't find a gap. So we do get brought down for the sack, and that gives us a 3rd and 13 here as we go 4 wide from the shotgun. Green fires it over, and that one's almost intercepted. Thankfully, it wasn't. Now, we would miss the field goal, and Vanderbilt would drive down and get another field goal on us and actually take a 2-score lead, 10-0. But now we hand it off to Hammond, our workhorse. We got a 7-yard rush. He has not been as prominent in this game as he should. As you see, 4 rushes for 28 yards, so he is averaging 7 yards per rush. But already in the second quarter, we definitely need to start working on getting him the ball more often. So now Green from the shotgun. Going to fire it over to, who's that? Darrell Smith makes a great catch in traffic. Couldn't even see who that one was. Picks up 4 yards, but you know what? That's all we needed was 4 yards. So we do have a 1st and 10 now, brand new set from the Vanderbilt 38-yard line. And we're going to go in the pistol formation once again as we run a little bit of option, and we will keep it. And Paul Green's going to get brought down. There was just no blocking by our receivers on that one. I don't know what happened. I don't know why they just didn't even get in the way. But we are brought down for a 1 yard loss. As you see, Paul Green, 4 rushes for -1 yards today. That's been unheard of with the way our team has played. And on the very next one, we go with the option keeper. Once again, they read it perfectly. You got to give credit to Vanderbilt there. They stopped us on that one. So we have another big-time third down play with a 3rd and 13 from the Vanderbilt 41-yard line. We're going to get the snap, and we're going to fire it over to Corey Lee. He's going to make the catch 17 yards down the field. That was a big-time one that we really needed it. Corey Lee goes up above his guys, only where Paul Green could throw it, and makes the catch and is brought down at about the 24-yard line as we have a little bit of new life going. So 1st and 10 from the 24. Green in the shotgun. Drops back and almost throws an interception. Oh, my goodness. I don't think that man could have been any more covered than what he was. But for some reason, we felt as though we could fit it in there. Felt the spirit of Peyton Manning inside this stadium. And we just didn't have the arm of Peyton Manning or the ability. So now on 2nd and 10, we hand it off to Hammond, who's going to go on the right side for a big-time rush. And once again, 7 yards. 5 rushes, 35 yards, 7 per carry. And so we really need to start getting him the ball more. I think our play consistency is a big thing, especially when it comes to the run versus the pass game, even though we are trailing by 10. And they're going to bring a blitz. Darryl Smith makes a great catch and into the end zone for a touchdown on that blitz. Oh, my goodness. Green barely gets the pass away and finds Smith just about the 4-yard line, and he will cut it into the end zone, as that one was definitely needed. So now we're going to jump ahead here to the 3rd quarter. We are still trailing by 3. We have been on upset alert this whole game. Okay, trailing by 3, 6 minutes to go in the 3rd, needing to make some things happen. We are at the 36 of the Vanderbilt side of this field, as we do have a 2nd and 9. Now Green from the shotgun is going to throw a screen pass, gets it off, but they read that perfectly. They have been in our backfield all evening, and they have been just wrecking everything that we've been trying to do. So 3rd and 14 is where we are at right now, trailing by 3. There should be close to 5 minutes by the time this ball does actually get snapped. The good thing is we are 7 for 8 on 3rd down, so that gives us some hope. Now from the pistol formation, Green is going to get the snap. Kind of rolls out to his right side, fires it over the middle. Darryl Smith, big-time reception. Oh, my goodness. He went up in double coverage and comes down with it. He has 3 receptions for 43 yards on the day, and that puts us inside the red zone. 18 yards away, as we are going to be in the shotgun. 4 wide once again. Run a little bit of play action. Finds Smith over the middle. Another one. What a night for this young man. Coming down with it, another big-time gain. This time, that gets us all the way down to the 6-yard line. He has about 30 yards of reception in these last 2 plays. Maybe we can try to get him a 3rd one in a row to try to get this thing into the end zone. Instead, we're going to run the end around from the shotgun. Shane Swain cuts it up. He's in the end zone. We have taken the lead. Tennessee here in Knoxville finally reclaims the lead from Vanderbilt, as that on that end around from Shane Swain, being able to find his way through the holes and into the end zone, as this score would now be 21-17. Now we would be able to get a turnover and a touchdown on that, so we do take a 28-17 lead. But we need to start putting games away, so that's what we're going to try to do right here. Ross Lundy powers through some tackles and gets a 12-yard reception on that one. He has not been very visible this evening, but he did come up big for us right there. So now, thanks to the effort by Lundy, we do have a 1st and 10 coming at about the 34-yard line here on the Vanderbilt side of the field, leading 28-17, trying to seal this one shut. Green in the shotgun, runs the play action, rolls out to his right side. He's not going to have anybody open. Wait a second. He finds Corey Lee in the end zone for the touchdown. Oh, my goodness. He almost went right across that line of scrimmage, but he's able to get the pass off And Lee was just standing there. He got behind the defense. Nobody was tracking him. And he just heaved it up to him. What a play. What a find. Great vision by Green. Corey Lee getting into that open spot. Could not ask more from that young man today. So many effort plays that won us the game. And in fact, his touchdown right here will give player of the game honors. That was a big-time one to help us seal this game up. And we really needed it. We were on upset alert, as y'all saw, for most of the game. Came out kind of slow, kind of lazy, and it really hurt us throughout most of it. But, hey, we pulled it together. We came back. Now we just have one more game left in the regular season. Paul Green had a pretty good afternoon throwing it for 3 touchdowns. His carries, they did start to open up a little bit as we got into this game, and the passing game started really flowing. So obviously the option became a big-time thing for us, and so Green did end up getting about 65 yards, give or take, in this one. But, his passing game is really what carried us through, especially with his 3 touchdowns. So now, for the last game of the season, we will be taking on another rivalry game in Kentucky. And this time we are playing at Kentucky. So, once again, they are a little bit on the lower side of the SEC, kind of where we were basically last season. But, so that means we can't sleep on them. Every time we do something like that to a team, they end up biting us pretty hard, just like Vanderbilt did. We were down for most of that one. We sleep on Kentucky. There's a good chance we could lose this game. Now, this one, I think if we can just escape, we should be set up fairly decently as far as bowl games go. And that's going to be the biggest focus that we have is, one, which bowl game are we going to be in? A lot of stuff would have to happen for us to even really have a shot at the SEC title game. And so, too many teams would have to lose, basically, is what that amounts to. And I don't see that happening. I don't think anybody sees that happening. So, now we are number 8 in the country, and a top 10 finish would be a big deal. And so we do still have to come out hard and finish off the Kentucky Wildcats at Commonwealth Stadium there in Kentucky. All right, so we're going to jump into this one almost through part of the way through the second quarter. There's about 7 minutes left, and you can see we're trailing 7-0 once again. But Hammond not refusing to go down as he gets brought down finally after a good 14-yard rush. He's only been handed the ball 3 times today. Let that be a sign to you, ladies and gentlemen. We get away from the run game, we tend to start losing. And so here with the 1st and goal, what do we do when we need to get something going? We give it to Hammond, and he's going to power his way into the end zone for a touchdown to get this game tied right back up for us. About just under 7 minutes to go. Now on our very next possession, we are at about the 3-minute mark here to go in the second quarter. We're going to hand it off to Hammond on the right side. He's going to get blasted. He does gain a yard, but oh my goodness, that was violent. Looks like he's kind of wobbly on that one, but he's going to stay in the game. But that type of rushing play, that's been happening to us all game. And this one is the reason why we've only scored 7 points up to now. So on our 2nd and 9, Green from the pistol formation is going to throw the interception. And we're going to have to try to chase this man down as we finally do with our offensive tackle. He's able to break away from his block and chase our guy down. I was really hoping we'd lead our dude some more, but we didn't, and instead it gets picked off. Now our defense does a fantastic job in getting a quick turnover, so we do get the ball back with 1.5 minutes left, and Green's going to roll out to the right and be sacked for a loss of 13 yards on that one. And that's not how you want to start out a drive like this. So 1 minute to go. At this stage, after a 13-yard loss, I find it hard to really say, hey, let's try to score. If something happens, great, but I'm not going to try to force anything coming down this field. So Green's going to roll out to the right, and we have got a bunch of open space. Paul Green, all the way down to the 40-yard line. That was a big-time play, and he gets out of bounds, stopping the clock, 31 seconds. I was afraid if we had a short yardage right there, just let it go to halftime. But now I'm starting to get a little bit interested in trying to make this thing happen. So 1st and 10 from about the 40-yard line. Paul Green's going to be in the shotgun. Drops back, he'll fire it over the middle. We have Sims wide open. He's going to cut it down through the middle, all the way down to the 3-yard line. What a play by Sims. Bo Sims, not very many opportunities does he get on the season, but when he got that one, oh my goodness, he stepped up big time for about a 57-yard reception on that. So we now have 1st and goal from the 3s. We hand it off to Hammond up the middle. He just lowers his shoulder. He's into the end zone. Oh my goodness, Brandon Hammond, a violent 4 yards, but he gets us into pay dirt, and we will take the lead 14-7. And after getting that lead, we're going to advance on up to the 4th quarter, where we've only been able to squeeze out one more field goal, but we have held them to no additional points. So the score is 17-7 as we look for that put-away drive right here, right now. We can make that happen if we can get a touchdown on this drive. We do have a 2nd and 9 from about the 27-yard line. Green's going to be in the shotgun. Runs the option keeper to the right side. He's got it going. He's all the way down to about the 10-yard line. What a great rush by him, as he has 11 rushes for 61 yards on the day. That option played out perfectly, and Green with enough capability to get to the outside and get down the field. Now we have 1st and goal, just over 7 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Green is going to be in the pistol formation. He scans the field, fires it over. Shane Swain, that's the nail in the coffin. That will do it. That is our touchdown. The score is now 24-7 with 7 minutes remaining in this one. And you could basically close that door shut. We will be 10-2 come the ending of this one. And that is how it would do. A 10-2 season, fantastic finish to the year. And that's a great play to finish him off. Shane Swain getting open there at the back of the end zone and making the beautiful catch on that delivery by Paul Green. And so now, what does that do for us? 10-2 on the season, beating a rival. Well, one, for recruiting, that's a big-time help. Two, it keeps us in position. If things do work out perfectly for us, hey, we do have a shot at the title game. Not much, don't get me wrong, not much of a shot, but we still got a shot, regardless. But 10-2 is how we will end. So in the next episode, if we are in the title game, you will get to see it. If not, it will be our bowl game. I'll let y'all know where we finish in that setup in the standings. And we'll see what we can pull off in whichever game is next. So with that in mind, I do want to remind y'all to hit the subscribe button if you have not hit it already. And definitely hit the thumbs up button if you did like today's video, as it really does help out the channel. And we greatly appreciate everything that y'all do for us on that end. So I do want to thank y'all for joining us. I will see y'all in the next episode where, hey, we're looking at maybe playing Alabama again or see what bowl game we got. But I will see y'all then, everybody. So as always, stay safe, and well, y'all know how it goes, man. Later, y'all.